So we made it to Fernie, this was the plan. We were supposed to get here today, or at least the COVID accelerated plan. And then we were supposed to drive to Calgary and fly to Whitehorse. And then what happened?
We're not doing that anymore.
We're not going to Whitehorse. We had some weirdness with the booking of the resort that we were going to stay at outside the town in Whitehorse.
Turns out we weren't going to stay at the resort. We accidentally booked a cabin that's 8 miles out of the resort.
We were staying at an unrelated cabin, somewhat near the resort, but near nothing else, and near no restaurants or shops.
And with no car.
And with no car because you couldn't rent a car. So anyway, everything was canceled. So we've canceled the entire Whitehorse part of our trip.
And we're extending the interior of BC part of the trip. So
yeah, we're gonna spend more time in BC because it's actually been really good. So we have an extra night in Fernie here.
And then we're going up to Invermere Radium Hot Springs.
Radium Hot Springs, we haven't booked it yet. Hopefully find a hot spring resort, spend a few days there, and hopefully this all works. Hopefully, like, Radium Hot Springs has hot springs. I mean, given that I booked a room at a resort that wasn't at the resort, I don't know that I should assume anything anymore. I don't think you're going to get it on camera, but every view in Fernie is beautiful and has mountains. Basically, any direction you look in Fernie, it's mountains behind it.
It's also an interesting mix of mountains. You get the tree line, and
Yeah.
then you get Rockies on top of it.
Yeah, we're hiking something called the Montane Blue Loop that we found on All Trails. It's supposed to take about 2 hours. We'll see. The scenery has changed several times as we've been doing this. I think it's been cut at some point. It looked like there was a stretch where there was like a natural gas pipeline that had been put through, so things were sort of cleared out there. But it's cool. It's much more alpine than I thought. I guess I was expecting a little bit more lush vegetation, which I shouldn't, because I mean, I can see the tree line right there. So of course it's going to be a little more high altitude vegetation and stuff. But cool walk. We're in Fernie at the Fernie Brewing Company. I feel like Fernie's going well.
Yeah.
We're going to Radium Hot Springs. What did we book? 3 nights?
3 nights.
3 nights. 3 nights in Radium Hot Springs, where they do have hot springs. We checked.
But not at the hotel. But that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
Happy with our decision to extend Fernie by a day, or by a night, and
Yes.
cancel
Yeah.
the Whitehorse portion of our trip.
Yeah.
So instead, we are extending our time in the interior, which is
It's cool because it's
awesome.
nice here.
Yeah.
We had dinner at a Mexican place called Nevado's in Fernie that literally everyone we talked to recommended, and for good reason. So we're leaving Fernie today. We're walking to something called the Fairy Creek Falls on the Fairy Creek Falls Trail. I think we're on the right track, judging by the fast running water beside us. And moving on to Radium Hot Springs today.
Okay.
For such a short hike, Fairy Creek Falls was a great payoff. I don't think I've ever been to a waterfall that you could get so up close to.
but we had to walk down and say goodbye to Fernie.